go there. I'm just going to say California needs to sit down, shut the fuck up, and repeal the bullshit laws that they just passed.
If wow, okay, fair enough. I only offer this: rules, laws, guidelines, regulations, etc. only become that way when shit isn't working. And don't get me wrong, not all laws are perfect. We've got dumb ones. Not all rules and not all solutions will work. But when you have issues like what happened at Pulse, and when you think back to the amount of issues that we've had going as far back as Columbine and before.
Let me ask this. Okay, did you hear about the recent story where a concealed carry permit holder shot somebody to protect a group of people at a club?
You say, have I heard a story?
Yes,
like
this was within the past few days. I don't know any of the details or anything,
okay.
but it was at a club. I don't know where. The news isn't covering it because they want guns away from the people.
Okay, well, then
but
I don't gauge the importance of an issue on whether the news is covering it or not.
The bottom line is the only person that is going to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Now, when seconds count, the police are minutes away.
Okay. And that's thank you. You're proving my point. The system currently in place isn't working. The systems that were in place before we came up with these new systems aren't working. The gun control debate, here's the problem. People are trying to find their side of the gun control debate as the answer. We haven't been able to find an answer in a really long fucking time. Okay?
To just about anything.
Right. We're not dealing in cures. We're dealing in band-aids, medicine. That's what we're focused on. Okay? We can't fix this problem right now. First of all, there's too many people that don't agree on too much shit to even get in the same room together and have a serious and productive fucking discussion about this.
Right.
Okay? Because the problem being is everybody on this side of this debate and that side of this debate, and for that matter, on any side of any debate, seeks to have their cause championed, moved forward, and purposed. Okay? Very few people would walk into a gun control debate with the stance of, let's figure out how to solve the problem, instead of just saying we need to keep this bad thing that happened here from happening again, and this bad thing that happened this last year from happening again, and these things that affected these kids and these families over here again. That's the problem. We, unfortunately, due to the immediacy and frequency of all of these bad incidents happening, we don't even have time to sit down and figure out a real fucking strategy that works. It's like I said, that's why I use the parent parallel, because when something happens with my children, when something goes on with them, I have to act immediately. I don't have time to sit around and figure out sometimes I do, depending on that situation. But when we're talking about where there is danger, where there is impending doom, okay, someone could be hurt or killed, okay, I don't have time to sit down and flowchart what the fuck I'm going to do. Seconds count. America, because of the amount of things that have happened that have been gun related, I'm not going to say because of guns, because it still takes a human finger to pull the fucking trigger. But the things that have happened are happening now so frequently, and so it's atrocious. The things that are happening are literally some of the most horrible atrocities that you hear about in day-to-day news. We haven't had time to come up with a solution to the problem up to this point, and it keeps happening. At this point, we're just like, okay, obviously this is what failed here. Just fix that. Deal with that.
Now, one thing that has been proposed by the gun community is expanding the background checks to include mental health. Now, I fully agree with that.
Yes, because that's not something that was addressed in the original amendment. The foundation behind gun owners' arguments, usually. The second amendment. It's fine to follow a rule. It's fine to follow a rule and follow a guideline until it no longer works. When it doesn't work, it has to be reevaluated. But I'm not saying strip it completely.
That's un-American what the Democrats are trying to do.
That's un-American and unconstitutional, and that is why people are upset. We stopped trying to find solutions within the solution that we already found, which was our Constitution, which was our rights, which was the system that we put in place. That, you know what? If I wasn't black, I would love to go back in fucking time and be at that. And yeah, I had to include, because I tell people all the time, I'm like, I'd love to go back in time. People are like, you ain't gonna do well. Yeah. I would love to just go back and just for a day look and see how that government operated, because it had to be so much simpler. They were focused on long-term solutions. When the Constitution was written, it wasn't written as an right now document. It wasn't written as a note on the fridge of shit we need to pick up along the way as we do this social experiment called America. This was something that minds greater than ours sat down and said, this is the way that we want to live, and this, I believe, is the freest way to do it. And the problem was, it was great for a while, but people with different interests, different intentions, and different dispositions, both emotional and mental, started fucking shit up. And when shit started getting fucked up, that's when we had to go back and look at this whole platinum-clad thing that we called our system of government. And then we started changing things and installing things and putting things in. And now...
and banning things.
And now, things have become so convoluted, so complicated, and so slanted against and for so many multiple directions, no one knows what the fuck we're doing anymore. And hey, that's all fine and good. If we're going to be monkeys at the circus, let's be monkeys at the circus. But here's the problem. Some of us monkeys keep fucking dying. Some of us monkeys keep getting hurt. Also, some of us monkeys who were living life correctly, who were following the guidelines and the rules, are still having punitive measure taken against them for the actions of those that wouldn't. Those are the problems. Until we address those, we're not going to get a fucking thing done except watch more news and watch more blood. And I know that that's fucking grim, but that is the reality.
It's the truth.
Because we're humans and we fuck shit up.
Well,
now,
uh-oh.
I'm thinking we need to move away from this topic because even the chat is getting heated.
Just saying.
Okay. All right, so let's kind of end it up on this. There's a lot of shit going on.
There is.
Everybody needs to be a little understanding and a little tolerant while watching out for everyone's principles and rights under the governmental structure that we currently have.
Right.
Just be cool.
Don't be shitty.
Don't be shitty. That's precisely what I was going to say.
Thank you.
Don't be shitty. That is the mantra of It Is What It Is right here on the Zero G Network.
Don't be shitty.
And shall we end the show with our...
Well, Free still has to talk about his vacation. I kind of overran
you know what?
that.
I kept you guys here. We're a half hour over. I know Andrew's.
I mean, just
ready to
because
get
he's extra long doesn't mean the show has to be extra long.
Thank you. and I know Andrew's hot as fuck, and I feel sympathy for him because I'm about to start bitching about how hot I was. So I kind of feel it. Okay. All right.
I'm
so
sitting over
I'll
here
just
cool as a cucumber.
So even though I told Tanya that I was going to totally rip the vacation online and just bitch my head off, we ran over, and you know what? Importantly so. We got a lot of important shit done today.
Yeah.
So I will just sum up. It was 4,700 degrees Celsius. Okay.
Not Kelvin.
It was hot. I had to go to the surf shop and buy all new skin. All right. Yeah, just very hot. I actually watched a wasp land on the tailgate of my truck and then just die. Like, I'm not even bullshit. I took a fucking picture. He just flew, and then like he gave up, and then he just kind of looked up at me with his little wasp, right, with like his little wasp antenna, and he was just like, "Man, fuck it, dog. I don't know how you do it." And then he just laid
Did
over.
Did he look like Jeff Goldblum?
Laid over dead. No, he looked like a dead bum fucking wasp. Okay, It was hard to tell because everywhere I went there, you know how when you look at a really hot road and it's all wavy and shit?
Yeah.
Like, that's all I saw for a week. Like, was just that. And it gets hot early and just, just is fucking hot. It was hot everywhere. Just everywhere. And I don't mean everywhere where I was. I mean everywhere on my body. You know how when you're hot and you're hot like in areas that make you uncomfortable, like your shoulders are hot or your neck is hot, this, that, and the other. No. I had parts of me that were hot that I didn't even know I had. I'm still like looking at one of those little anatomy things and trying to get names for this shit that was sweating. Okay, I sweated everywhere.
Boob sweat.
No, I had boob sweat. I don't even have boobs. Okay, it was fucking hot. Okay, so there was that. Don't ever get fucking ocean water in your fucking mouth.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting.
Just, oh my God. It felt like somebody poured 3 drops of water in one of those big blue tubs of Morton salt, just poured it down my fucking throat.
Well, yeah.
There was, Tanya ends up with like 2 patches of seaweed under her boobs.
Nice.
When she gets out of the ocean. And I mean, these patches are like as big as the fucking palm of my hand.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I'm a little guy, but I got big fucking hands.
You do.
Yeah, because I have to. Anyway, yeah, 2 patches about that fucking big. She pulls them out from underneath her boobs. They actually looked like the padding that you would put in a bra.
Uh-huh.
Like, it was fucked up. Like, she's just laying there on the beach, and she just, like, pulls out this seaweed patty and, like, flops it on the beach.
That's hot.
Tanya's comment.
I just, oh, man.
Aren't you a descendant of Africans?
Am I a descendant of Africans?
Yep.
Yes. I am a descendant of Africans.
I don't know, Ed, does seaweed help titty fucking?
It definitely puts
never tried it.
Definitely puts a different spin. Under the sea. Under the sea. Yeah.
All right,
let's see.
I just
And then
had
senior
a
citizen sex.
issue or image of Ariel. Yeah. Seashells.
Hey, listen, all I got to say is Ariel was hot
Yeah, thank
back
you.
when I was that age.
Thank you.
And you remember the original cover for the VHS movie?
Mm-hmm. With the dick in the castle?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I thought Ed was going to say he posed for it or some shit. You've never heard of that?
Dude, I was too young then.
Oh my God! On the cover of the original VHS release of The Little Mermaid, you know they've got the Triton's castle in the background or whatnot. Yeah. Okay, there is a very clear outline, one of those big gold pillars or whatever. It looks like a giant dick.
Okay.
Yeah, and people freaked out.
Nice.
And by the way, addressing your other comment, yes, Ariel was fucking hot.
Yes, she was.
However,
Yes.
if you get south to the waistline, it smells like fish. Sorry.
If you go south of the waistline, it smells like fish.
Yes.
Is that what you really just said? You sick bastard.
Really? Hold the fuck on. Hold on. I'm not going to be held accountable for shit I say from here on out. After I had to listen to 24 and a half hours of us sitting in this room saying some of the most depraved and fucked up shit to ever come out of a human fucking mouth. Hell no. That's, in fact, I should just be able to just walk in and just respond to every question with fuck and nobody say shit to me.
Mackenzie seashells in a bag? What?
Oh, yeah.
What?
My kid collects seashells down at the beach. You know, she wanted sand and she wanted seashells and all this. She puts them in the bag. Well, you know how, like, sea life, like, just stinks.
Yeah.
Like, so she's got it in this little sandwich bag and she puts it in the truck and it's got the whole fucking truck lit up. And I'm just like, oh, my God. Oh, just, She's like, what? I'm like, last time I smelled something like that, I broke up with it. I'm like, God. Just,
Jesus.
I'm like,
That reminds me of my niece coming up a few weeks ago, and on the way up, they stopped and bought a used fish tank.
Oh.
And then they were up here, and this was during that heat wave.
Oh.
And they, of course, this was a 55-gallon tank.
Right.
So it sat in their SUV for 6 hours in that heat.
oh, my
yeah.
God. Dude, there is no greater torture than having to sit in a vehicle with something that stinks. To true story, the night that I met my wife, we were out at the riverfront, the levee.
Better not be talking
the
about your
levee here in
wife.
town. I am talking about my wife.
Oh, shit.
The night that I met my wife, And I say